Hi friends, today to put William Parry from the His Dark Materials series into the spotlight. His Dark Materials is a series of books that was turned into a not-so-great movie called The Golden Compass and a much better TV show called His Dark Materials. For the moment, only the first season of the TV show has come out, which pretty much correlates to the first book and to the movie. Hence why this video is a part 1. As more seasons of the show come out that correlate to the other books of the series, I'll be able to make more parts on this character spotlight. William Parry is the young boy from our world. At this point, we don't know too much about him. We know that his mother seems to have some kind of mental issue and that his father has disappeared.
And he was asking about your dad.
Sure. What's we doing now?
One important thing about Will, though, is that he walks through one of the windows. Up until this point of the TV show, the importance of this character hasn't really been stated yet. The name William is English, but it's actually German in origin. It comes from two words, will and helm. Will means will or desire. Helm means protection or helmet. Author Philip Pullman actually chose this name because of the meaning will. He wanted this character to really embody that word. His surname, Parry, comes from the verb to parry. To parry means to ward off a person or an attack with a counter move. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, Will is from our world. This means he doesn't actually have a demon. For those of you who haven't seen the other videos in the series, I always cover what a person's demon is and what this means about them. Obviously here there's no demon, so we can't really use that to dive into Will's character a bit more. But there are quite a few differences in Will's character between the TV show and the books. Notice I didn't say with the movie. This is because in this case, the movie followed the books better than the TV show did. I say this because Will Parry doesn't exist in the first book. We meet him at the beginning of the second book. And yet in the TV show that's supposed to correlate to the first book, we do see Will quite a bit. There was a couple reasons for this, and I'll get to that later on in this video. Another pretty big difference is his physical description. Pullman has a knack for not really describing his characters in that much detail in his books. The only descriptions we get of Will is that he has black hair and he has fierce eyes. However, he was often assumed to be white. This is because one of the covers for the series has him depicted as white on the cover. However, in the show, he's played by an actor who's half Sudanese. This tells us that, at least in the show universe, Will is a person of colour.
You don't see, this world is broken. It takes extraordinary people to fix it. Extraordinary people like your dad, like you.
And as I said, he's not actually really that described in the book, so you can really pick whichever ethnicity you want for him in the books. We see a lot more of Will's backstory in the TV show than we do in the books. The beginning of the second book, The Subtle Knife, pretty much revolves around the stories we see of Will in the TV show. However, a lot more of it is just Will recounting different memories. Really, the first few chapters is the men coming into Will's house, Will killing one of them and running away. However, this story arc happens much later in the show. There's a lot more of Will beforehand. Obviously, as I mentioned, we don't really see Will in the first book, so a lot of what happens in the show could technically be happening in the book and we just don't know about it because the book focuses on Lyra. We see in the TV show that Will takes boxing lessons.
Okay, boys, go easy this time. Now, box.
He seems very close to his boxing instructor, and that's even the person that he trusts with his mother when he decides to leave.
Please. And your door's always open, remember? When I need it to be open.
Come in, love.
However, in the books, Will doesn't take boxing. In fact, Will doesn't have any extracurricular activities at this point. He used to have piano lessons with Mrs. Cooper. This is who he brings his mother to when he has to leave. Will's mother seems pretty open and honest in the TV show when it comes to the letters from his dad.
Letters from your father.
She shows him the letters and even shows him where they're hidden. Again, this is pretty different in the books. In the books, Will knows that there's letters hiding somewhere. However, he doesn't actually know where in the house they're hidden. He ends up ransacking the entire house before he finally finds the letters. So Also, I mentioned earlier on that Will doesn't actually exist in the first book and yet was added into the first season of the TV show. There was a few reasons for this. The first, more minor reason is the directors wanted to be able to start fleshing out this character before season 2. They wanted a TV audience to already start to get to know Will and get attached to him. The bigger and more real reason was due to legal filming issues with Daphne Keane. What I mean by this is Daphne Keane, who plays Lyra, is a child. There's very strict laws around filming with children. Children can only be on set for 9 hours a day. 9 hours on set actually only equates to about 5 hours of filming every day. This really doesn't give the team a lot of chance to film a lot in one go. By adding more characters in the show that aren't Lyra, or at least more scenes where she's not present, it allows the show to move forward faster. Obviously, Amir Wilson, who plays Will, is also a child, so they had to face the same kind of legal issues with him. But by balancing it between the two children and having all the other adult actors in the show, they were able to move forward quite quickly. Wilson, who plays Will, had seen the Golden Compass movie before he auditioned, but hadn't actually read the books until he got the part. Interestingly enough, throughout the entirety of the audition process, Wilson didn't know he was going to be in season 1. Because Will only shows up as of the second book, Wilson assumed he was only going to start working as of season 2. It's only when he got the part that he was told he was actually going to appear in season 1, and he wasn't allowed to tell anybody. They kept the filming of Will's scenes until the end of the filming block for season 1. This means Wilson filmed for season 1, had a month break, and then started filming for season 2. This was in the hopes that nobody would actually catch on that he was still filming season 1. Wilson often recounts being on the red carpet for the premiere of the first season. At this point, he had already been announced as playing Will Parry. This obviously led a lot of people to asking him why was he there for the premiere of season 1. He had to lie and say that he was there just as a promotional thing and that he definitely wasn't in season 1. What do you think of the decision of making Will a person of colour? Do you like the fact that the cast is a lot more diverse, or do you think he should have been white like that one cover showed him to be? Please tell me in the comment section down below, and until next time, happy bubbles! Thanks so much for liking this video, and thank you to my Patreon bubblers for supporting the channel. If you want to see the other characters from the His Dark Material series I've already covered, you can click on the box on the left, or you can click on the box on the right to see the most recent video that I have uploaded. Thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell.